Oh. Still doesn't work. I guess they're just USB script. All right, never mind. I don't know what Google. I guess intro stuff's not gonna work anymore. So I have to email them. All right, greetings everyone. Thank you for joining us for tonight's channeling. Oh well, I'll have to play with that some other time. All right. All right, we'll just get right into it. So, positive messages, energies. All right. Oh yeah, turn off your mics and turn everything off if you don't mind. So, all right, here we go. There's somebody here. People. Okay, blessings, and here we go. Greetings to you. I am JRR Tolkien, the creator of Lord of the Rings. Energies from Agartha. At the time, I was not fully aware of my connections. Of course, after my time of passing, I became more aware. But during my time on your planet, I believe it's just mostly coming from my imagination. And yes, you can tell my mind was open to the middle world, as it was a place I just came from also before my Earth incarnation. So yes, I could not hold it back either. The information or the downloads just continued to flow through me. It was like an avalanche. And the reason of there's no females in my work is because I was not very connected to the feminine, as you can see. You can say it's one way for me to force it. At least in future lifetimes, nobody is perfect. But that's a part of me I did not fully entertain during that lifetime. Especially that time, it was more masculine energies, as you can see. And that was another reason for it. So for me, I did not quite understand the feminine. But eventually that will be in more future versions of me. Some souls have difficulties having a more balance of female and male energies, and I was one of them, as you can tell. But yes, yes, you can say it's a Gnostic energy that was a true energy of spirit through your Agartha that I was connected to. And yes, I did. Most of that came from astral travels, as when I went into astral, I was in your Middle Earth all the time. And of course, even it was very difficult to, as I was even producing these works, I wanted to be there. And being on your third dimensional world, it almost, you feel a slight loneliness as you were all feeling, but it's also giving you a glimpse of the true world that you will be, that you do connect to, eventually your world will eventually enter back into. Eventually, you could say it's a soft disclosure in some regard, and the characters are just my versions, of course, can be interpreted differently now because there are females in Agartha. I just did not have the penmanship to bring it through me correctly. So, blessings to your society. Hello there, my children, my family. I am Isis. Yes, from your Egyptian connections. Blessings to your society. I am, yes, of all mothers, I am connected to the mothers of your earth. We are all connected together. Realize that also. We are not just I am just not a one-time thing. No mother is a one-time thing. As to bring the true energies of the earth back, the true knowledge into the earth. As we all need each other. The masculine does need it too. Yes, they have their play here, don't they? Mm-hmm. But they're also learning how to grow up their energies. The male is, as they're, yes, connecting more to their darker selves, as you can see. Not all of them, but a good amount of them are. But as for the feminine, connecting is becoming stronger because of this. So many are, many aren't. But it's also basically it's forcing the feminine to find its strength. As some do, the weaker feminine does weaken itself, but also eventually becomes strong because it gets tired of being weak all the time. Imagine some of you are aware, especially those that go back to the same male energy that is very abusive verbally and even physically, as that female has not learned to move on. And that is showing strength moving on. Of course, you're still going to have a love there, of course, because usually it is a soulmate connection. But those are the hardest to break also, as you see. But that must be done. Always for one's health, to find one's purification. But enough of that, though. I'm here to assist you in your questions and your healings, whenever you are ready.
Hello, Isis.
Thanks.
Greetings here. So I'll be first out with my questions, and basically, your energies have been pictured around. And what is my connection to you?
Orion, I've had various incarnations in Orion. We have, even before I came into the Earth, I believe you even said, why even bother going to that place? They won't respect you as they should. Or they're not even respecting themselves at that time. But so I took others with me, just in case.
That helps.
Kind of. Yes and no. Yes and no. As many were draining my vibrations during that time. But it did help. Yes.
Okay, because I could clearly see that beings used your powers and said they were Isis.
Plenty of them then, yes.
So there's so many people saying they're Isis basically because they could, I don't know, kind of take your energies, and they were. Isis.
My energies are for everyone.
Yes.
So I would happy to give it to them also.
Yes, of course.
So
But
yes.
so you can see what they did with when they had your powers.
Exactly.
So, and the timelines created there weren't always fully timelines they couldn't be in, but they created false timelines with your powers when they use it in the negative ways.
Yes.
Basically, it's like a game. But my second question is, do you have a funny pocket for me?
Yes, but to also add to the first question,
Yeah.
during these false timelines you were creating, I believe you were there saying, "Oh look, they did it again, and
Yeah.
again, and again. What are we gonna do about all this?" So that's another way of bringing other species here also that just look at Earth and just say, we're not going to trouble ourselves with that place. You guys can handle that. So it's another way for you to bring those worlds into this one.
Yeah.
One moment.
Oh, love
But
it.
as for your first question, one moment.
No, second.
Your second question, one moment. There's a slight distraction, one moment. As for a funny pocket, one moment. Yes, you are connecting to very much the canines. As for one moment, their sense of smell, as sometimes they can, yes, you help them in their senses as for smelling farts from a mile away. And so that's part of this, like, might as well, if you're trying to meet women, might as well be able to smell their fart from a long distance away. So you can go track her, maybe you can bump into her, run into her. Humans, it has not transitioned that well into them. Sort of.
Nice
Not
way.
exactly. Yes. Oh yes. When a female canine, yes, let's say, or a male doesn't, or a female does her business, a male will be like, oh, that one might be for me. And you could be like, even on another planet. Okay, its senses aren't that strong, but I think you get the idea.
Yes,
Yes.
of course. You summon the right ones. So
Yes.
by farts.
Especially,
Okay.
not just that, but your DK that you're doing in your private time, as you even put the signal out for others to attract. If that makes
Oh my
sense.
god.
Yes. Your bowel movement. Yes,
I
that's what I
have
was
so
speaking of.
many questions about human farts that it's unbelievable. But
Yes.
that's another time.
Please.
And I will over to Sven Carlson questions, and his first question is, what kind of messages is there for him?
Who is this? Carson?
Sven Carlson, Viking Carlson, the man, a friend, my trainer.
Oh, yes. One moment. I believe this was mentioned to him before, but he is used to having wings. He used to be a bird being, and in this incarnation, yes, it is as many do lose their abilities. They come into this world wondering what they are doing, who are they, because they're used to having other attachments to himself. But message for him is just, yes, concentrate on his health. A liquid diet would be good. It's up to him, of course. Not always, but it is good to have more of a healthy liquid type of cleanse, you can say.
Cool.
Something
You
to think
know, I tried to say he was an owl, somehow an owl,
about.
and he has an owl tattoo, but he laughs at me when I say that. He doesn't really connect to the bird species. But anyways,
Yeah, he's not ready. Well, he will eventually. He's still figuring this whole human thing out first.
cool. And his second question, basically, do you have any messages from his spiritual guides at this moment? He's going through some changes
One moment.
with his house. That's where his energies brought me to that question.
Oh yes, one moment. Let's see. Well, it does seem like there's a feminine energy connected to that house, from what I see, that needs to be healed. Some sort of communication I see there that needs to be looked into or looked at differently. It seems like he's dealing with some kind of female from what I'm picking up on. So he's not thinking correctly as for the house. As for the house situation, just give it, it will pan itself out. It will just continue what he was doing. He is doing. It will settle its ways.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes.
That's nice. Thank you. And next is Kingsley. I'll be reading them up too. Greetings to you.
Yes.
Is there any messages for me? Kingsley.
One moment. Yes, you are connecting more to your wizard aspects. You are connected very much to the sun. When you go into astral, you go into the sun. As the sun is many places, not just a big fireball in the sky. Far from it. It is a planet of its own high-dimensional beings. Where you are connected to, you can bring those energies back to you, or even see them in your third eye. Most likely, you can connect to those energies. As they are assisting you and your abilities, as the sun energies, you can almost feel as if you are on the sun or on this world. Just feel the sun vibrations that you're in this other world. Should help you at least get some clarity slightly of your abilities and just give you a glimpse. You might see more than just a glimpse. Most likely, I feel that you will see a grand place there. Blessings to you.
Cool. And how should I bring my magic energies to the public as me becoming more of a magic being? Thank you.
Small groups are comfortable that you feel safe around. It can be 2 to 3 people. And then if you want to go public with it, you'll find a small place and to test your abilities out and let people find you, how you feel comfortable with that. But publicly, small groups will be safe. Because there's some that would be very skeptical or even scared. But yes, you're just having fun. But you'll know who should be around, who should not be. If you feel uncomfortable, then end it right there. So a place that you feel comfortable with, and you take your time with. If you don't feel comfortable with it, don't worry. But there will be a time and a place for everything.
Cool. And then we're over to Mary.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here.
To you, yes.
I would like to know if she has any messages for me, for my higher self, or anyone else.
Yes, you know. One moment. Don't be shy with your gifts. Share it with those that you feel safe with. But the more you do a shout out for yourself, basically, just when you are ready, of course. But I do feel like you are ready to be more with others with your talents, because definitely you can get into blockages and heal those blockages when others cannot. Even see those that have crossed over very easily once you get used to that vibration.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
My second question is, can you help me understand? I heard a statement 2 mornings ago in my sleep, and it was, and so I'm wondering, what is it for?
What were those messages? If you can share them. If you cannot, I'll do what I can.
You were breaking up, Mary. Can you ask them again?
Means that's what I heard.
Yes, I believe it broke up right when you said that. No coincidence there.
Oh, shoot. Oh, I should ask something else. I'm just wondering if they have any other messages for me, any guidance.
Who is this that you're wanting guidance from, though? We haven't got that far yet.
For Mother Mary.
Oh, yes. Well, I'll connect to what I can. It's just basically be patient with your abilities, but do saying they're sprouting out well from what I see. But she is protecting your vibration. Even from Yeshua, she said she's protecting your energies from him also. Because it does seem like he's just giving you time to get used to her vibration before he comes fully into your vibration, basically to enhance your abilities. So get used to her, and he will show up eventually. That's the message I'm receiving at this moment.
Thank you very much.
Blessings.
Much love. Blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, and next is Emmy's questions, and I've got them here.
Yes.
Any messages from my higher self? To Emmy.
Yes, you have cleared a lot of blockages, and now you are going free. In some ways, where you have been is kind of been in a prison state in some regard, but also you are realizing your abilities, and you had that pause for time, but now you're going to go and share them. But first, you're going to explore new places. So I believe there's going to be new places that you're going to be visiting from your higher self. So just you can't allow a whole lot, but they do say yes. Connecting to Saudi Arabia doesn't mean you have to be there physically, but it does seem like you're going to be healing that place because it is a place of great deception. So over time, you will see it. Blessings.
Okay, and then any messages on the job in England?
Yes, I believe it will go well. There's going to be some that you can't always trust, but that is normal. But for the most part, I believe you will be fine. You just have to be careful of who you share information with. Of course, those that are your superiors will be fine, but there's others. There is some backstabbing there, but not to say it'll be out of control. But it does exist there. I believe you will be fine. I don't want to put any fear in there. It's just your workplace aggravation situation. That is all. So, but for the most part, I believe it'll be quite positive. Nothing you can't handle. Nothing that would cause a lot of stress. I don't see. Blessings.
Blessings. And then we're over to Brian.
Greetings.
Hello, hello.
Yes.
This is Logan.
Yes.
My question today is, are there any general messages for me?
For you to share your talents with your channeling ability and psychic abilities, there are those around you, actually friends, that I don't believe are able to acknowledge your gift from what I see. I believe they'll benefit from those are not too skeptical, though. But I believe they will be quite intrigued by it. I'm not sure if you have fully showed it to them, but when you put that into your group, I believe it will be a new experience. When you're ready, of course. But I see that you're ready, though. Blessings.
Thank you. That is all.
Isn't there another question you can ask?
I don't really have any other questions. That was all.
Okay. So then we're over to Lucy then.
Greetings.
Hello. Greetings,
Blessings.
Isis.
Yes.
Hi. I would like to know how best to use my sorceress energies in my world now.
The crystals energies that are around you, your energies are working through them. So it's like you're holding one in your hand and your vibration is going through it. You can create your shields through that. It's just basically all your crystals. You don't even have to hold it, but you're sending out vibrations through all your crystals and using your magic that way. So you can visualize that if you wish.
I generally do actually hold I have a crystal ball right here, but yeah.
But it's basically any way you wish. You are creating new ways of using your abilities also.
Okay. I recently invested in a large and different type of supply of copper because I wanted to not just wrap my tiara in copper, but also my staff. Will that increase my receptivity? And how did you use your copper? In that,
Usually it was melted down. Yes, used for a staff, mostly for a staff. It was used for other things, but the staff is where it was most successful. So, but it can be used in other formations. It doesn't mean you have to go melt it down, but just having it around you is enough to ground your energies.
right. And would it help pick up galactic
Yes.
voices or
Slightly. It should help you sleep better also, even open up your astral. So if it's around where you are sleeping, it doesn't have to be under a pillow, but it can be around you. It'll help you open up your astral memories.
That's good.
That's
good. Okay.
I can't give too guarantee, but I believe it will. What your guys are not keeping back. They seem to be keeping
Right.
back.
Yes, they are. I wish they wouldn't. Would they be the Indians? The American
Well, it's all your
Indians?
guys. It seems like they just don't want. I believe you will open up your. With your copper, I believe it will open up more. Because what's going on, your guides, yes, sir, you just want to disturb your third dimension too much. Because there's a lot of things that you're connecting to at this time. But I believe it will be successful in opening up your dream state, slightly at least.
Right. Okay. Great. Thank you very much, and blessings to you.
Next one is Humberto.
Greetings.
Greetings to you too. My first question is, around 2011, I was living in a bad neighborhood in Fort Myers, Florida, with two girls. At one point, I had met a drug dealer named Carrie. One night, he was on ecstasy at our house, and his girlfriend came over and knocked on the door yelling for him. He proceeded to drag her by her hair to the road and stomp her head on the asphalt until she was unconscious and longer. I always wondered what would have happened had I went outside to talk him out of it. I felt it was a bad idea since he had a crew living all around the house we lived, but that at the same time it may have been my cowardice convincing me not to do the right thing. I felt it was a valuable experience that woman had to go through and that I should not take it away from her. What insights can you share on this?
Yes, and most likely you made the right choice, because basically you might not be here right now if you interfered with that. Because it does seem like if he did not hurt you then, he would have found a way later on. He was not with himself, it was more of a reptilian possession at that time. So, and the two of those, him and his girlfriend, have a contract together, and for better or for worse, as you can see. So he would have done this anyway to her eventually, from what we are seeing. So you saved yourself, actually. So your guys are working well with it.
You're saying he would have flashed out at me? And
oh, yes, he would have. Oh, yes, you would have been injured, maybe the same as her or far worse. Just me. Oh, yes, he was at a time of psychotic breakdown, basically. So.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing.
All right. You're saying that I wouldn't not have been here because he would have ended my life, or
most likely he would have found a way. Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I recently met a female named Kiana on an online dating site. I wanted to know if you see us meeting up and being together, or if we would fizzle out and it wouldn't amount to anything.
Well, I believe it'll be a great conversation. I believe it's real at this time. As for making physical contact is a possibility. So I would just continue this conversation. As for where it's going, it is still up in the air. So I would just be upfront with her on your thoughts and feelings. As for be upfront. That's the message.
Okay, and dating is a possibility. You
Oh
you
yes,
said?
definitely yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Isis.
Blessings.
Blessings to you.
Yeah, that was cool intuition. And next
Yes.
is Bobby.
Greetings, Isis.
Greetings to you.
Hi. I'm curious to know if I have any connections with you.
One moment. Yes, you've had many feline connections. We have known each other in past life incarnations as feline beings. During your Egyptian incarnations, you connected to my vibrations after I left the Earth. But of course, I never really left the planet. So yes, you connected to me. On many incarnations, at least with me in spirit and you all in this world. So yes, we have many, you can say, psychic downloads, you can say, as for communications. Blessings.
Okay. All right, lessons. Second question, are there any beings around me that have any messages at this time?
One moment. Yes, with the Arcturians, they are working with you to enhance your abilities. You are also going into more of a self-love energy, more than you've had before. You are going through it, but it seems like it's getting stronger, and your abilities are following you. So basically, just follow the path you feel is right for you. Trust your instincts. Go where you need to go, because your position, where you are, where you end up, of course, you'll go somewhere else, but that's a place where you're going to open up your vibrations even more. So, location means a lot as for opening your talents. Blessings.
All right. Blessings. Thank you.
I think Colin is next.
Greetings, Isis.
Greetings.
Thank you for coming in today.
Yes.
I'm wondering if you can give me any messages around my relationship, and more specifically about if you can see what my girlfriend is going through at this time.
Well, she goes through self-pity a lot, from what I see. Why me? Why is this happening to me? Why am I not this? Why am I not that? So she has a lot of self-love issues she has not fully faced yet. She's not fully faced herself. But as for her, yes, connection with you, I believe is actually, yes, getting much stronger. It's just she doesn't want to admit to it. As she still has not figured herself out yet. Not entirely. Even her own talent, she's kind of like, she's not, her own talent, she's still having difficulties even acknowledging or expressing gratitude towards them, because she's not always aware of you're even there. So she's having a lot of mental breakdowns, but also she is making progress out of the whirlwind in her mind. Because
yeah, I see that. And you said it was the connection's getting stronger or less strong?
Yes, I believe it's getting stronger. It doesn't always show itself. She likes to hide it. She is, yes, a funny one. She likes to hide. She's like, she gets all mad and she's like, this is how she really loves you, but she doesn't want to show it. So the matter she gets, that shows more love. I know that sounds very vicious, but that's part of her nature.
I see. Thank you. And then I've also, so we've been going through a lot, kind of like in the crucible right now. And on my end, there's been a lot coming up, kind of this terror, some like childhood trauma things arising. And I'm curious what you see on my end as far as the progress I'm making with both the connection, but also my kind of getting rid of all this stuff from this lifetime.
One moment. Well, yes, you're connecting to Yeshua's energy for this healing process. Forgiveness, self-forgiveness, but also forgiveness of the partner, because she sometimes gets involved with your timeline, I see. I see her, yeah, she kind of, when you do a self-healing, she kind of jumps into your timeline and kind of just cause anarchy to a certain. She wants to be part of your life, but she doesn't want to show it. at least physically. So she is kind of all over the place from what I see. So sometimes she's known to be blocking you to a certain degree. But this is also, yes, showing love. Well, that's with her self-love is having difficulties. So, but because she wants to emulate what you have. But of course, she does not. It's just quite a complicated situation. But for you, yes, I believe the Yeshua energy will help you heal a great deal of this. Yes, you're doing make great progress, but I believe there's much more. When you bring Yeshua into the energies, because he is very much involved with your timeline here, as for bringing an assistance to you, like a guide, you can say.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'm just asking for some healing energy to be sent our way.
Oh yes,
Blessings.
I will. Yes, I'll assist with this entanglement you have going on with her.
Thank
Blessings.
you.
Yes.
Cool. And next is Carrie, and I'll be reading her questions.
Oh yes.
Up. So, hello, thank you for being here. My question is regarding my friend Chris. He has an entity attached to him for years, and we just released him from it and sent it to source. Do you know who that was, male or female?
Well, I see it as a negative reptilian energy. Now, it can be in human form also. But it was one that, it was a young energy also. Yes, it was a young vibration that just wanted to live in this. It wanted to live this life with, but it's a young soul that has been released. It's not going into full details, but he is at a distance at this time. But it is one that just wanted to lower your friend's energy down as much as possible. This one that crossed over was an alcoholic in the past. Now it was a human, but has a lot of reptilian energies. It is basically its original form is reptilian. Blessings.
Blessings. And second question is, he feels he has another one in his house. Is it a negative one, and why is it there? Can you tell it to leave? Thank you, and blessings.
Yes, saging yes, it is another reptilian being, but I believe it's just watching. This is actually normal, but now he's becoming more sensitive and more awake and terrified to some degree. Saging his energies will work. It would just take some time, but these beings come and go all the time. But I believe he will. He's still healing too, so he feels vulnerable to it slightly. So just he'll be fine for the most part.
Blessings. And next is Stephen.
Greetings, Isis.
Greetings to you.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Sweet, much love to you.
Yes.
I was wondering if you can connect with the rabbit species. I've been seeing them a lot at my job, and just popping up here and there, and just wondering if they have a message for me, or just knowing more information about my connection with them. Thank you.
Well, yes, you used to be a rabbit being in a previous incarnation, several rabbit incarnations. They're known as for like being space jockeys in your universe. Yes, they're not in your mythology. Many animals have been removed from the anthology. But right now, those rabbits around your area are protecting your space, where you are working. There's a lot of unwanted species there from what it seems, so they're just bringing their joy and their cuteness there too. But they do play a hard game. They can unpossess people very easily and unpossess areas such as yours. You can say they're cleansing the area.
Yeah, because they got a lot of cops and stuff that go there, and there's been a lot of undercover vehicles been going through there lately, like some vehicles that haven't been seen. So I mean, I'm definitely grateful that they're there. Second question is if you can just connect with my energy, my source, any of my galactic family, and see if there's any attachments or something in this house or around me, or if they have any message if I can get some healing of clearing it out, because it always seems like my sister is always fighting, always upset, and her husband and their kids, all the kids seem like they're always emotionally out of whack. And so I just wonder if you can connect with them or something and see what I can do about this. Thank you.
Yes, what happens is a negative vortex does find your space. And you have to, well, because they're not aware of what's going on, and to heal them is not easy. It's because they're not aware of what is happening here. Self-love also do with basically self-responsibility, realizing there are beings here you're not seeing or playing games with the mind, as you can see. And many are having difficulties believing that, so they just go with the plan until they're ready to see it. So basically, these beings around you, they're reptilians, there are Syrian beings there too. I can send you healing for this, but this is seeing how the low energies at your home is those individually have to be willing to let go of this. Mostly it's the parents, not necessarily the kids that get infected by it. It's mostly the parent energies that are allowing it to happen. Of course, they don't believe in this, so it continues to occur. Healing it will help, but they have to allow the healing to come through fully. So, but yes, you do have visitors that come. They come and go. They're not always there. It's like they leave, everything gets nice and quiet, and then they come back and cause their little anarchy. They just put in a thought there too, and that's enough to get everyone stirring up, from what it seems. So,
yeah, very true, very true. Thank you for your info, blessings.
Blessings.
Next one is Marvin.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
Hi. Do you have any messages for me?
One moment. Yes, you have a lot of sacred energies around you. Around the time of... One moment. One moment. Yes, ancient reptilians you have a strong connection to, but you have cleared a lot of those energies out. But during the time of the Mexican pyramids, you have the Mayans, you have a lot of connections there, at least as an alien being here. And that's another reason why you're having difficulties on this reality, is because there's a lot of, basically you came to this world with friendly beings, alien beings, but then they changed. You did not change, but they did. And they became more negative. And to see that and go through that was not basically to abuse humanity. And some of that is still with you from what I see. That's a lot of reasons why not everything is being revealed to you also. There is a lot to reveal from what I see.
Okay, interesting.
Yes.
I was wondering if there's any messages from my quartz crystal.
Yes, it's working through your heart chakra as you're walking the secrets of your connections here on this earth. You're very connected to the Zeta. As for what it says is you're bringing the heart of the Zeta into this reality. And you might even turn into a Zeta. Some might see you. They have to be very awake, though. They see you like switch instantly, for a second. It's basically you're assisting the Zetas on this world and off world to rediscover the heart, because some of them have difficulties. They're going through the mind all the time, but understanding the human, they're still having difficulties.
That's pretty cool. Thank you.
Blessings.
Yes, and next is Dragon.
Oh, that's me.
Greetings.
Greetings. Are there any messages from my counterparts after the transition is complete? Specifically, there's probably a bunch of them, but my human form in either, hundreds of years from now in this incarnation or immediate following incarnation, and my artificial life form incarnation that my human form sort of shared its consciousness over to.
So you want a message from the future? Is that what you're looking for?
From that version of myself. Versions.
Well, yes. Well, the first thing they say is they don't let anybody give you any shit. But stay strong. There's a lot of manipulations going through those that mostly colleagues, not necessarily friends, but they're not aware of their reptilian connections, as you are actually there to unfree them. You're not always aware of who this is, but you most likely be able to connect. You are freeing them from their mental bondage that's going on. So you will figure this out, and that's kind of cryptic what they're saying. But they say that yes, one moment. The going is getting tough, but also will get easier as for you are very connected to their Orions. The positive Orions. There are some that are not so positive, but that's the reason why you came here. You reincarnate with beings that are not exactly the easiest beings to be. Being an Orion is not easy, because they can be very dark and also very positive. But in reincarnating there, you get the best of both worlds, basically. So you brought a lot of that with you here, and this world is very affected by the Orion vibrations, as you can see. Not always being uncovered, but with your energy field, most likely you will be able to uncover it to your intuition.
Disgustingly similar sometimes.
Yes.
It's a little version of it. Thank you. My second question is, scientists are and you're a good person to talk about this with. Scientists are narrowing in on where Planet 9 is, like they have it down to a few regions of our outer solar system. Because of past impact of the Anunnaki, I figure there's efforts to squelch them and throw them off and stuff like that from our government and others.
Yes.
But I know that eventually they're gonna find it and it's gonna get out, and that'll be that. How long is, like, I know there's many potentials and it's up to us, but how long is the soonest you think that could happen, and what's the most likely scenario, and what will be the outcome of that?
Well, there's actually 9 to 12 planets out there that has not been revealed. So 9 to 12, not 12 more, or 9 more, but 9 to 12 more planets. As for the scenario, yes, it depends on the corruption of your NASA. It's who is willing to risk their career on going to the truth. Many are being threatened at this time. Many have not been given, because the black projects are very control over NASA at this time. Of course, they put on a smiling face and say there's nothing going on here. But there's basically someone has to be a whistleblower, because right now they're concealing as long as they can. There's really no time frame. Someone has to basically come forward. I believe some have already, but I believe some will. They will risk their life. I believe they will be fine for the most part, but career-wise will be ruined, though. But there's no really time frame. You can say 100 years from now, possibly.
Ouch.
Yes.
It's a long time.
Well,
it's not that long, but
it can happen sooner, but it has to be. They have to go against security, basically.
Well, power to them. I hope they do.
Yes. Blessings. Yes.
And then we can create a fund for them to keep them afloat afterwards.
It is in the consciousness of them doing it. Just many are afraid for their lives at this time, as you probably can tell. So.
All right. Thanks. Much love.
Yes. Your Elon Musk, I believe, is well aware of what's out there. Give you a hint.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Yes.
Okay, next is Michelle.
Hello, Isis.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Yes.
First, I'll just ask for a message from you.
I see a turning point coming for you. It's up to you to take it, but a change in style is change in place, change in everything. You have not fully made your mind up for it. It will go on for a while. You will not miss it. But there'll be opportunities there, but you have to uncover those opportunities, basically. Basically, if you wish to change location, I believe all the luck there is there to allow. This will be with you for quite some time also. You don't have to instantly go to your local phone book or something like that. Pack your bags.
Okay.
Yes.
Second question. I was curious about, so I have kind of a life long history of going into bouts of what would be depression.
Yes.
And so I feel like I'm just lifting out of one.
Yes.
But I was thinking, having a conversation with somebody yesterday about like the idea of like our brains have this switch in it that has like a self-destruction mode. And like it seems to be like really prominent with me, and I'm real tired of it. So I was wondering about like, does that depression kind of have its own consciousness, like the self-destruction kind of thing? And can it be talked to? Can I have a conversation with it so that we can, like, I don't know, transmute or assimilate it in a way that it doesn't keep popping up and subsuming me?
Well, yeah.
Like-
well, you can have somebody channel it. I wouldn't recommend you channeling because it might cause you more difficulties. But then again, maybe you can't. But what I can say is healing your, if I can pronounce this right, pineal gland.
Pineal, yeah.
Sending energies to that will also help with your depression. I can also give you a little bit more detail of why this is happening. That's my perspective, of course.
Okay.
Others see it differently, but that's fine. But you had a reptilian incarnations as a female, and you're very hard on the male reptilians, like very hard on them. I mean, just he basically shown who's boss. And in this world, as you can see, the male energies are very heavy here, so it's very hard to concentrate and think because they're being dominant over the human race. It's a part of you that is there, and so you're very receptive to it because you know them so well. Everybody does. Many people have incarnations with them, and so it's kind of like just the air on this world. Just breathing it can cause a lot of
density.
Yes. So just to give you more detail of, it's basically if you have reptilian incarnations coming into this world, can be a horror show in some regard. So you can heal those aspects of you, but that reptilian side of you can heal also. There's several others, but just to give you an understanding of that. Not to say you'll be perfect, but it should help some of the depression because it has a lot to do with your recent incarnations.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Yes. Blessings.
And next is Gina, and then she'll be reading Omran's questions.
Yes.
Greetings, Isis. Can you hear me?
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. It's like talking to myself now, but I'm so happy to see you. I mean, hear you, and yeah,
yes.
You know.
Many have called me here, so here I am.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes.
Could you tell me? I have always wanted to go to Egypt from I was quite young, and but it always I get this feeling in my solar plexus that says no, don't put your feet on that ground.
Yes.
Yes. Can you tell me why this?
Well, yes, it is a reptilian battleground at this time. It just, you will not feel it's okay. I mean, at this time it would be okay, but as a younger, it's very difficult because that's where a lot of the programming comes in. It's basically they take over the mind, and it's not a place that you've already been through that in past incarnations. But basically, they take over younger children, basically to obey, certain people on that in Egypt, male energies for that matter, and just a very brutal culture, as you can see. So you've had enough of that in previous incarnations. It's time to, but yes, you're always wanting to be there because you bring light to the area, but also you feel it is a place of one of your first incarnations. So of course you want to go back there.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. Do you have a message for me?
As you are aware, yes, Omran is your son in previous incarnations. He's still part of your vibration at this time. But in this reality, you are, yes, healing a great deal of the Archon energies here. And the line of that will become more clear, meaning more humans will be able to see what is happening on your world. This healing is not just for, it has a reason behind it, as it will be seen for others. As the veil of third dimension and fourth dimension are going to open, these beings that are causing difficulties for their world will be seen in the future.
Okay, thank you so much. And I will, yes, blessings. I will be reading Oman's questions. Yes. Let me see here. He is wondering. Let me see. I was copy and pasting, but
yes. Okay.
Yeah. Can you tell me how you and me together defeated or battled the dark energies and defeated Seth?
Seth has been defeated, but also he comes back as a friend. You see that version of him got defeated because, yes, he was possessed by, yes, reptilian beings, Anunnaki beings. Everyone wants to control that energy. How we did it, it took a very long time. Let's put it that way. And most of it was done in lower astral. It's basically bring him to lower astral and you keep him there, which was not easy. But then other versions of him have appeared after that are a lot more easier to get along with. So he is still there, that version of him, but even that version can be healed. So with that -1 being healed, yeah, several sprouted out.
His second questions are we still working together as twin flames? Is this going on in Nibiru?
Yes, that is a continuing, but it's more than just twin flame energies, but yes, it is. It's an ongoing relationship and different types of relationships. I still feel like a mother. So.
Yes. So. Okay.
Yes, blessings.
Yes, blessings to you. Much love.
That's fine.
I also feel like a mother. But then over to Braden's questions, and I'll be reading them up. And are there messages for me and my higher self, the beings around me, or loved ones?
Yes, Archangel Michael is around you at this time, helping you with forgiveness, but also connecting to your higher self energies. As for you are becoming more of a fourth dimensional being. So just allow your talents to continue. Allow the fear to heal. There's a lot of Andromedan energies around you at this time. Yes, and other animal beings, I'll leave you with them to make their appearance. But yes, you are connecting more with nature also. And one of them is the ducks and other beings here. I do see duck beings around you. For humor purposes, it seems. Blessings.
Cool. And then his second question is, are there any messages for me or my brother David from the tall whites that are around us? Thank you.
Yes, you're guided to a new direction, a new path. There is some waiting, but I believe you will be. Yes, you will be also. They show to be giving you gifts, but I believe it mostly in astral. They show many gifts actually, but they're not going into full details. But they also show you're going on a new highway, a new road, but this is an astral also. So it's part of your mission. That's all they can say. Blessings.
And blessings. And then next is Miguel, and I have his questions here. And his first one is, yesterday I saw the number 888-888. Do you have any messages regarding this number?
Yes, it does seem like you received a new guides, but also a new healing energy around you, because a golden energy, like a golden fleece energy around you. And interesting enough, it is connected to the Greeks. As for the Greek timelines of ancient times are coming back, As for the gods in the skies, as for, yes, much of mythology, basically, it's meaning your alien beings from the skies. You are most likely going to reconnect to that. Maybe you see it. It's going to take some time for that to be fully evolved, but you are going into more of the time of mythology of the past. It is time for the Earth to reconnect to the universe. And to do that, yes, your skies are going to light up in different areas. So you'll be connected to those energies. Just meditate on it, or maybe do that. Blessings.
Blessing. And his second question is, are there any messages from the angels?
Yes, with Archangel Michael, I see you as a brother to him, watching his back, but as a human here. There's also Gabriel, but Michael seems to be one you're very connected to at this moment. There's most likely others, Raphael, in different ways, but Michael is a way of basically being like the human version of him in a certain way of looking at it. Let's put it that way. But as for your healing gifts, he said that will improve greatly. Just to, yes, work on the family, keep that as positive as you can, because that can turn into different directions, as you are aware. And I'll help you think clearly on your mission here. Blessings.
Blessings. And next one is Brook.
Greetings to you.
Brook, are you in here? Doesn't seem to be here, but then I'll be reading Marvin's questions.
Yes.
So Marvin would like to know if he has any messages.
Yes, it seems to be connecting to the reptilians as for making a positive connection with them. I also see him on a star base in space, of course, with the Galactic Federation of Light, as for making a connection with the reptilians that are cause difficulties on your world, to make a positive transition for the Earth to awaken, is, of course, still in the talks. But as for the Galactic Federation of Lights, you are seen to be also moving up ranks from what I can see. They don't go into details of what that means, though. Blessings.
Cool. And his second question is, if Enoch was an alien, Enoch.
Who is this?
Enoch.
Yes.
Enoch.
Was that an alien? Yes.
Yeah, if he was.
Well, that was a human connected to alien energies. So that was like Matthew, Mark, Luker, John. Same thing. But it wasn't human. But it was very, very, as you are here, very connected. He just channeled it. He had alien visitations, sort of. But he was aware of what. He was very open, as you can see. So, I mean, you're all aliens, so, but he was a channeler like many of you are. So. Yes, and cool. And crazy for his time, as you can probably tell.
Yeah. And next is Brook.
Yes.
Hi.
Greetings.
So I wanted to ask about sorry, I just came up the stairs. So I removed my chakras, and afterward, I felt this implant in my chest that had been in there for what feels like a really long time. That was blocking my ability to hear, like, guides of other people or my own or anything. And it was kind of shaped like a weird, elongated egg. Anyway, but its removal hurt pretty badly. A friend helped me take it out, and ever since it was taken out, I kind of feel like, I don't know, like there's a hole in my chest and something's missing, and I'm having trouble acclimating. And I was wondering if you had any insight into what that was and where it came from and how long it'll take to heal.
Well, the healing, yes, is going. I would recommend connected to Yeshua's energy to heal. It's been there for such a long time. It's going to leave that kind of empty energy. But I believe it was an Archon implant from what I see.
What are archons?
And it was well, I believe someone here can help you with that. But it was it was like a spider energy where it had many attachments, meaning it was, it was in your system, but it also had many arms coming out of it.
Yeah, it kind of felt attached to my soul almost, like it hurt.
Yes, it was there to downgrade you. You're very, very powerful, but with that it was also grounding you. It wasn't always for the worst, but it did. But having it removed is basically connecting back to your God power, basically.
Okay.
So that will gradually find itself to you. But
Okay. And then my second question is like with the chakras gone, I feel like energetic systems make more sense than they used to, and like working on people's energy or how like just systems in general play out. It's starting to make more sense, but I feel like there's a lot more information waiting to come in, and I was wondering how long it might take for me to get to a place of understanding with how human energetics work and how like energy works on the planet.
well, what I see is you actually, this is up to you, replacing your chakras, meaning adding your own type of energies there to replace them. It could be whatever you want to call them or shape or whatever it is. Most likely is making you yourself. But also look at yourself as a phone booth, basically, and you're just repairing your connection. So as for it will take, I believe, several months for you to fully get I do see cube type of orbs that you will have in your system. You can put them in and replace them, of course, if you don't like them. I see you trying things out. That's up to you, of course. Because you're going to have some kind of energy going through you. So
yeah.
So
I feel like
yes.
the taking out of the chakras kind of freed up a bunch of space in my physical body, but on an energetic level. So things flow better now, but I can still feel things getting kind of stuck in my chest area.
Yes, you're very connected to the Arcturian energies. And so I believe you will, that's when you're adding like a type of crystal energy you'd like to add to your energy field to improve. Like visualize it, you can create it with your mind and add it to your system. I know it sounds strange, but it should help you and speed things up also.
It actually doesn't sound that strange. I'm excited to try it.
Yes.
Thank you so
I
much.
believe it will help. Yes. Blessings.
Blessings to you.
Cool. And then Pete.
Hello.
Yes. Greetings.
Greetings. My first question is that a quick one would be, I've been experiencing some kind of contacts, I guess. It was like during these points where I was shielding myself, and then and eventually there was that point where these few beings or entities just decided to show a picture of who they are, in a sense. And some of them were just in a sense disclaiming of how was I doing that, or what was I doing that, in a sense. So I was wondering about if there was it an interference and I discovered that, or was it
well, I believe that some of this was also, some of these sketches were also other versions of you. So there was some interference because they feel like you're giving you more than you needed to know, but not in a negative way. So I believe when you reconnect to this, you'll feel you have to be careful what they bring to you. But you're connecting more to a higher self energy where, yes, it does seem like, but I believe that you will be able to make a reconnect from what I see.
Thank you. And my next question is that from the archangels and from the angels and guides, from my higher self, is there any better solution to protect myself?
just the angelic energies to. One moment. Yes, for the angelics to add colors to your angelic energy around you. They'll help your chakras, also help your aura. Basically, it's like blues, greens, whatever you feel around your energy. You can always add a color around you for a shielding, a healing energy, is what I recommend. You can connect to any source energy you'd like to, actually. It doesn't have to be the angelics. I believe the angelics will be the most protective. But you can use Yeshua's energy also, or Mother Mary. That's what I recommend.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Blessings.
Blessings, and that was all the questions for tonight. Maybe
Yes.
Ivan has some there, so you can say to Ivan.
Yes,
maybe.
there is some reptilian interference around those two of them. You can call them, yes, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I don't want to put those names on them, but they are kind of interfering in his energy field. So, and they are very powerful reptilians. I figured I'd
Is there
give them a little bit of
something
a shout
he
out.
will want to battle out?
Well, they don't like their energy being interfered with, seeing how they are clouding the Earth's consciousness, and those of you also are doing the same as for clearing the Earth's consciousness, and so they are trying to stomp it out as much as possible. So, becoming more aware of them does help.
Cool.
So just want to put
Now
that
we
out
know.
there. Yes.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you. So thank you for coming in, and thank you, JRR Tolkien and his masculine energies.
One thing I also want to add before I go, yes, humanity is going back to the time of yes, your Excalibur time period, of your Merlin time periods. You are resurrecting that. Not to say it was ever gone, but you are resurrecting it more. So those of you who are connecting to those powers, allow it to continue. So blessings to you all.
Blessings.
All right. Thank you. If I have a message, blessing.
I do.
Thank you.
And then Stephen does. Namaste.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Oh, yeah. The next webinar is Friday because I can't do it Thursday. So it'll be Friday. So
Cool. Everybody, send to everybody. It's Friday. Today.